a moment to come onto your back. If you have an eye pillow, you can put that on. Make sure that your strap is handy, your 2 blocks are handy. I'm just taking a moment here to let the back ribs, let the shoulder blades rest on the ground. Whatever it is that you're coming in with, whatever your weekend has been consumed with. Monday actually comes from moon day, and is associated with the feminine aspect, the yin aspect of being. So while many of us start, quote unquote, start the work week on a Monday, there's a reason why usually the energetic portion of our being has resistance to Mondays. It's actually supposed to be a day of rest, not work. So letting your body find its natural resting place. Let your eyes close if they're not already. Roll the eyes back into their sockets. Relax your jaw and let gravity take over and do the work here. Just as water seeks the path of least resistance, let your body seek the path of ease. And then notice if you are gripping or feeling any tightness or restriction anywhere. You can maybe take the legs a little bit wider, maybe the arms a little bit wider. If you're feeling called to, you can even keep your arms into a soft cactus, elbows in line with the shoulders. And just let the back gate, that space in between the shoulder blades that tends to accumulate all of the knots, let that rest. And take a deep breath to inhale through the nose. And a cleansing, sighing breath out through the mouth. Notice how when you exhale emphatically, how the belly and the entire lower portion of the ribs sinks heavily into the earth. So we're going to do that 2 more times, focusing particularly on letting the complete exhale purge out the stale air. So deep breath in through the nose. Notice how there's a slight pause between the inhalation that happens after a complete exhalation. And we're focusing on really ridding the body of any accumulated toxins, any stale, stagnated air, any energetic debris that maybe came to surface with this weekend's past full moon. So let's take 1 more deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Visualize your mind like a serene, calm sea, which usually happens in the very early morning. Visualizing that steadiness of the water before any wind, any major waves happen. Notice if a feeling or a word starts to surface. Don't think about it. If it doesn't happen, that's okay. It's not a pass, fail, right or wrong exercise. But sometimes when we exhale things that our energetic causal body has been carrying, the new unlocks. That's what new moon energy is about. It's about letting go, saying thank you for due diligence, service of whatever it is that we no longer need. Making room for what truly serves you. It's going to uplift you. And if you have an intention, again, try not to think about it with the logic mind, but something from your heart, something that you are maybe even grateful for, a person, a being, sentient animal, pet, something, someone, even yourself, even this practice. Just bring that into your heart center. Place your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your left. And let's just offer up the sound of Om. You can join me or listen. Take a deep breath to inhale. Om. Keep your eyes closed and just notice how that resonates throughout your entire physical body. Put your hands long by your hips. Try to keep your eyes closed. Make sure that your strap is handy. Hopefully it's nearby. And find your block as you walk your feet close towards your buttocks. Place one block in between your inner thighs here, feeling the right and left side squeezing, energetically drawing that energy to the central line of energy. So keep squeezing the block with the feet on the ground and start to draw your attention now to your midbrain. Visualize right in your midbrain a drop of light. Over the weekend, I was talking about how this drop signifies the magnetic field of intelligence. If we think about how life always finds a way to emerge, the dinosaurs died out, the ice age came, we're in this pandemic, life always finds a way. The ancient yogis connected with this magnetic field of pure intelligence of how life finds a way. And they called it sattva. In science, you might think of it as an evolutionary intelligence, right? But sattva is the sound of pure intelligence, that invisible field that governs our cells that are working right now, the muscles that are squeezing this block without us having to do anything. As you inhale, feel this drop of sattva, the sound of pure intelligence, move down your spine to right in front of your sacrum. Squeezing the block helps to really allow for us to feel that sacrum pressing onto the earth. Almost as if the sacrum is a surge plug. On your exhale, feel your belly pull in and visualize that drop of intelligence energizing and bringing intelligence to all of your 72 trillion cells in your body. Breathing in, opening up to receive, to connect with what it is that's in your heart that you truly want to manifest. Breathing out, feeling it distribute to every cell. Keeping the block in between your thighs, inhale, lift your hips high. Feel sattva move from crown to base. Breathing out, lower your hips one vertebrae at a time. Distribution of this intelligence to every cell. Slide the arms up overhead as you lift your pelvis, lift your hips. Inhale, sattva moves from crown to base. Exhale, float the arms long by your hip bones. Feeling that breath, that transformation. Take two more like this on your own, moving to the sound of your breath, the sound of your inhalation. Sattva on the inhale, intelligence, inspiration, health, wealth, whatever it is that you want. Hum, distributing it to every single cell of your body. Breathing in as if you could touch, feel, taste, see it in your mind's eye, right? We must visualize it first and see it before we can physically have what it is that we're creating in our world. So next time you lower your hips down, no rush at all. Keep the block in between your legs. Lift your feet off of the earth. So feet in line with your knees, knees over your hips. Keep your eyes closed. Keep listening. So letting the sense of the auditory skills come in. You might feel your body shaking with excitement here. It's my gift to you. And notice how there's this intelligence that's already allowing the thighs to hold on to the block. Might feel your core really intense here. Lift your legs all the way up to the ceiling. Blocks still in between. Place your hands behind your head. And take a deep breath to inhale. And then on your exhale, lift your head, your shoulders off the earth. Inhale to reach back down. Exhale, lift up away from the earth. Squeeze the blocks, feeling that core, that central line of energy. Exhaling back down. Take two more like this, lifting your head, moving slowly on the exhale. Inhale moves you back down. Exhale, lift your shoulders. Stay here for a moment, pause. Feel that central line of energy. This is the same feeling that we feel in chair pose. So invite that spaciousness in. Invite that muscle memory. One more breath. Keep the shoulders lifted, head lifted. And lower your head, your chest off of the earth. Lower your feet down to the earth. Enough of that. Remove your block. And then find your strap. Loop your strap around the ball of your right foot. You can keep your eyes closed, or if you have your eye mask on, just peek up, grab it, and then cover your eyes again. Just getting really intimate with your practice. Let your arm bones be heavy. Extend that right leg straight up to the ceiling. Keep pushing the right big toe mound into the earth. And just pause for a moment. And just see if you can feel from the inside, not see with the outside, if your butt and tailbone are lifting off of the earth. Come back to that feeling that you experienced with the sacrum being pressed down. It's not about the range or the height of the leg. It's always about the full breath here. Notice if your hands are holding on to the strap, wrapping it around your palms as if you're going to murder somebody. And see if you can let go lightly, right? Maybe even using a very light touch or light grip. Take your time as you extend that left heel in front of you, head and neck at ease here, relaxed. Feel that breath running down and behind your right knee, right hamstring. And then let that right leg fall over to the left side. You can prop it up on a block. Let it fall all the way over to the left side. And just pause. Let your right arm unfold to the right side. Might even take the head over to the right side. Keep drawing your right hip down. And notice the sensation that's happening in the right buttock, the outside of the right IT band, head and neck easeful. Scan your body, drawing your awareness to if you're gripping in the shoulders, if any place in the body temple is overworking. And come back to that kriya, soft, sound of pure intelligence. Hum, distribution of this intelligence like a laser beam, that connection, that neural pathway opening up to beyond beyond. One more breath here. Take both ends of your strap into the hands, no rush. And then guide that right leg over to the right side, taking both ends of the strap in the right hand, left hand on top of your left thigh. Let your right leg fall over to the right side. Notice if your left butt cheek is coming off of the ground. If you need to, you can always take a block and pop that right leg up. just as water seeks the path of least resistance, we want our body to find the path of ease. There's always a balance between ease and effort. We call it sthiram and sukha, sweetness and steadiness and ease. Take one more breath here. And then guide that right leg back to center, no rush at all. Release the strap, leave that right leg pointing straight up to the ceiling, and then lower with resistance with your right heel, one breath at a time, one straight line, all the way down to meet the left. Just pause for a moment here, feeling this alignment. This is tadasana. Right, so letting your entire body receive this feeling, let it sink into the muscle memory. Sa, hum. Drawing that left knee into your chest, take your time. Circle the left ankle in, left ankle out, slowing things down. And then loop your strap around the ball of your left foot. Take your time as you press that left heel up to the ceiling, letting the arm bones fall into the earth. Again, not about the height of the leg. So you want to hold on to the strap where your leg is straight and you're sending breath, ease, comfort, anywhere that's feeling tense, restricted. Backs of the legs are where the subconscious and the unconscious energy reside. So letting that come to surface frees you up. It gives you internal freedom. We don't have to be lost in our shadows. We don't have to be lost with heaviness in the body. And that comes when we're able to still the logic mind and let the internal guidance, rather than our physical perception with our eyes, guide us. Relax your jaw, relax your face, maybe even shake your head side to side here. And then take both ends of the strap over in your right hand this time. Let that left leg fall over to the right side. You can prop it up on a block. You can let it fall to the earth. Unfold your left arm, maybe even look over to the left side. And then breathe into the outer part of your IT band, the lower back, the outer hip. Paying close attention to what's feeling like it's giving you a hello. Hey, I'm here. Right? Rather than trying to fight our body, we can merge with the intelligence that is already inside of us and come back to a place of ease, least effort. Our entire body is covered with fascia. Fascia usually takes several minutes before it starts to become pliable, before it starts to surrender. So when we are aware of what's happening within the physical body, then we can just hang out and breathe and direct that saham kriya, these powerful tools to just unlock and bring that freedom, softness, that femininity, the yin aspect on Moon Day, Monday. More breath. Take your time now. Guide that left leg back to center, no rush. You're going to take both ends of the strap in the left hand, moving super slowly inside that left hip socket, and then let your left leg fall over, just over to the left side. Right hand on top of the right hip. You can prop that left leg up on a block if you need to. And never about the height. Every single human is a different variation of a human being, right? Yet, we all know that we are human beings. Well, it's the same thing in the practice of asana, which is only 12% of what yoga is. So what we do on the mat is literally only 12% of yoga. When we get obsessed with postures or think that that's what we need to look like or someone else, then you're giving away your power. You're giving away the essence of who you are and your unique, incredible form of being your own human. So let your body guide you to where your capacity is without trying to look like anybody else, or even in your mind's eye, what you think you want to look like or need to look like. Every exhale, let that format or that belief pattern that you created, let that go. So that way, a new you, better, upgraded version of loving yourself, of where you are, can come into fruition. Take your time and guide that left leg back to center, no rush at all. And these ligaments are 66.6% of the body when we're dealing with the legs. Remove your strap and then take your time, flex your left foot and direct the left heel down towards the ground. Keeping both feet flexed. Bring your hands long by your sides, palms face up, and rest the back of your head on the earth. I want you to feel what this feels like. Tadasana. Every pose is Tadasana and Shavasana. So keep your feet flexed as if you're standing on the ground, embodying this posture. Let it sink in for a moment. If you have an eye pillow on or a mask, keep the eyes closed, but start to remove the mask. So that way you're not shocking your system. Take the arms up overhead. Give yourself a big stretch here. Draw your knees into the chest. And we're going to start to rock ourselves forward and back, eventually gaining enough momentum to come up onto hands and knees. So keeping a soft gaze or keeping the eyes closed, press your palms underneath your wrists, knees underneath your hip bones. Inhale, feel that connection from crown to base. Base looks up, joints become spacious. As you exhale, belly pulls in, hum. Distribution of that intelligence. Again, inhale, feel that line from crown to base, like a highway, directing you. Exhale, belly pulls in, breath transforms. Take a few more like this on your own. When we merge with the intelligence, which is what sa is, you're downloading consciousness into manifestation, right? Manifestation and creativity happens in the Swadhisthana chakra, the sacral chakra, and that's why this kriya is really powerful, because the sacrum is directly related to your sacral chakra, your Swadhisthana. Take one more like this on your own. Don't worry about how long your breath is, or if you're moving faster or slower than what I call or myself. Give yourself permission to accept your individuality, your Ishtarabhaka Sampradaya Yoga, which is a really long word found in the Yoga Sutras that means honor your individuality. Come to neutral spine for a moment. Walk your palms a little bit in front of you. Press down. Keep a soft gaze here so you're not shocking your system with your eyes. Tuck your toes. Resist the mat and take your tailbone up. Downward facing dog. If it's your first down dog of the day, take your time as you spread your palms. You can walk your feet out, relax the head, might even shake the lips. Give yourself a little lip trill here. Totally okay to bend the knees generously, right? So it's not about going to the maximum. It's always about keeping that little bend so that way your lower back is released. And then notice if your belly and your chest is sinking down. Wrap your outer upper arms. So if your armpits are splaying out, wrap your outer upper arms by your ears. Find that strength. Find that saham. Good. Keep your gaze slightly down to the mat instead of at your belly button. So not between your hands, but slightly down. And then take your time as you walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees generously here. No rush at all. Slide your palms underneath your feet, belly to the thighs, letting the head hang. Parahastasana. So walking your fingertips all the way back to the heels. Stepping directly onto the palms, backs of the hands to the earth. Again, totally okay to bend your knees as generously as you need. It's the only way that that will happen for many of us. And then remove your palms, walk yourself back to downward facing dog. No rush at all. Yep, feel free to start to remove the warmers, the sweats, the all of that. It does happen. From downward facing dog, take your time, lift your heels, wave through your spine, come to plank pose. Good. On your exhale, let your tailbone bring you back up to downward facing dog. No rush at all. Good. Keep wrapping the outer upper arms by your ears. Up, relax the jaw, relax the neck, shake the head side to side. Inhale, lift your heels, wave through your spine. Feel that saw move from crown to base. And see if you can listen today rather than looking up, right? Really get intimate with your practice. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then notice for a moment if you tend to adjust your hands and feet, right? See if you can maintain your down dog. Leave your hands where they are. Of course, if you need to take a child's pose, give yourself that option, right? There's absolutely no right or wrong here. On your next inhale, when you're ready, without rushing, come to plank pose and pause. So we're going to take a slow chaturanga all the way down to the earth. You can do this with or without your knees here. So we're firing up that core. I'll show the modified versions. Your elbows go straight back, belly scoops in, lowering down. Let your exhale bring you closer to the earth. So slowly, 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 slowly coming down. As you come down to the earth, squeeze your shoulder blades together as if you have a pencil in between. Leave your hands where they are. Try not to adjust. And then lift your heart. So your eyes are slightly looking at the edge of your mat, head and neck long. Feel your thigh bones lift off of the earth, but press the tops of the toes into the earth. Find that place where you can breathe easily. You might even feel the back muscles firing up here along your spine. One more breath. Release your third eye down to the earth. Tuck your toes, and with resistance, lift your heart. Come through plank or table pose and make your way back to down dog. No rush at all. Take a deep breath to inhale, a smooth breath to exhale. Lift your right leg straight up and back as if you're pushing into the earth. All 5 toes point down. Scoop your belly in and up. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Step that right leg in between your hands and pause. Pause for a moment here. Feel that reconnection, that crown to base, saw and hum, and then lower that left knee down to the earth. Block on either side of your hips. Lift the heart here and feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. And then connect back to that line of energy, right? That spinal line of energy. Float your arms up. Take a deep breath to inhale. Relax your jaw. Relax your head. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right side block and stretch that left arm up and over. Keep plugging your right big toe mound into the earth. You're gonna feel a big stretch happening here. Try to keep your left elbow straight, because this is opening up your QL and your psoas, right? So large muscle that wraps from the back all the way around to the front of your left thigh bone. Take your time, float that left hand to the outside of your right knee. Find your block, place your left hand on that block. So you can bring it to the highest level if you'd like, and then take that right arm up. So it's a little bit of a twist here. And then connect back inward, sa and hum. 3 different heights for the block. Try to keep it on the highest level if you'd like. And then take that right hand directly behind you. See if you can take your left eye to your right thumb. And that's an eye exercise called pratak. Left eye, right thumb. One more breath. Float both arms back up. Big breath here. Inhale, kneeling lunge. Exhale, let both hands frame that right foot. Hands to the blocks. Tuck your back toes. Step forward to a flat back. Inhale. Exhale as you deepen forward over your thighs. Uttanasana. Let your body hang. Relax your jaw. Shake your head side to side. And then inhale. Sweep the arms around and up as if you're rising for the first time. Exhale, hands down the midline of the body. Hum. Again, breathing in, circle the arms around and up. Take soften, crown to base. Exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Let your inhale lengthen your spine to a flat back, crown to base. Exhale, bend your knees, press your palms, prepare pose, and step back one leg at a time, plank. Pause for a moment here. With or without your knees, lower your elbows straight back behind you. Let your exhale bring you all the way down to the earth. Chaturanga, down to the earth. All 10 toenails down, leave your palms where they are. Lift your heart, baby cobra. And eyes slightly in front at that edge of your mat. Head and neck at ease. Shake your head side to side, checking in. Making sure that you're not overworking any muscles, but you're feeling where your edge is. Once you've lost the breath, you're no longer in yoga. One more breath here. Sa and hum. Lower your third eye down to the earth. Tuck your toes. And with or without your knees, start to lift yourself back, either through table and chaturanga, or lift yourself back up to down dog. One breath at a time, one movement at a time. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Notice how that exhale takes your hips further up to the ceiling. Check in with your posture. Wrap the outer upper arms by your ears. Arms strong, tailbone rooting up. And then float that left leg straight up and back, as if you're pushing into a wall. If there's a wall directly behind you, you can even push into that wall. Inhale, exhale, scoop your belly up. Let your shoulders stack over your wrist and help that left leg up. Pause for a moment here, low lunge. Letting yourself receive each posture before rushing to the next one. Lower that back knee down, take your time, and then hands to the blocks. Place your blocks long by your hip bones and just pause for a moment. Just getting curious with what's happening on this side, no rush at all. Feel that subtle lift of your pelvic floor. Left hand to the outside of that block, directly underneath your shoulder. Float your right arm long by the ear and take a stretch over to the left side. Our ability to maintain ease with effort allows for us to stay in balance, which is what we call sattva. When we're over-efforting, we are rajasic, future-oriented. It's directly tied to anxiety. When we are resistant, we are lethargic, and it's directly tied to depression. Take your time now. Bring that block to the outside of your left foot to the highest level. Right hand to the outside of the block. Float your left arm long by your ear. Find that line of energy. Keep wrapping the right rib cage underneath you. See if you can close your eyes here. Come back to that saw and hum. And then take that left hand directly behind you. Right eye to the top of the left thumb. Vata. Notice if your breath has stopped. Come back to that saw and hum. Lift that left arm back up. Find your blocks, both hands to your blocks. Blocks frame your front leg. Tuck your back toes. Step forward. Flat back. Ardha Uttanasana. Let your exhale deepen you forward over your toes. Uttanasana. Head is heavy. Inhale to rise through a flat back. Circle the arms around and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause. Tadasana. Again, breathing it into you, connecting to that evolutionary intelligence. Saw on the inhale. Let the exhale fold you forward. Belly to the thighs. Hum. Distribution of that intelligence. Inhale, hands to the shin bones. Lengthen crown to base. Exhale, bend your knees. Press your palms. Prepare pose. Stepping back 1 foot at a time. Plank pose. You decide here, either lowering all the way down for baby cobra or lowering halfway down, 1 breath at a time. Chaturanga. Let your inhale take you to your variation of the back bend. Let your exhale draw your belly in. Downward facing. Stay for about 2 rounds of breath here. No rush. Might even take a deep breath to inhale, exhale through the mouth. We'll take that, I'll cue it, but absolutely move to the rhythm of your breath. There's no right or wrong. Inhale your right leg straight up and back, all 5 toes point down. Exhale to step forward, kneeling lunge. Help that right leg up if you need to. Lower your back knee down. Float the biceps long by your ears. Inhale, feel that subtle lift of your pelvic floor. Exhale to fold forward over that right leg. Step your back foot forward. Inhale to a flat back. Let your exhale fold you forward. Hum. Inhale the arms around and up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Hum. Tadasana. Again, inhale the arms around and up. No rush at all. Exhale to fold forward over your thighs. Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to prepare pose. Plant your hands and either step or make your way back through plank, taking your variation of the vinyasa. Baby cobra, cobra or up dog, or you can skip it and simply just step back to down dog. No rush. Inhale your left leg straight up and back. No rush at all. Exhale, scoop the left knee up. Step it in between your palms and lower your right knee down. Inhale to float the arms long by your ears, kneeling lunge. Feel that subtle lift from the pelvic floor. Belly pulls into spine. Let your exhale fold you forward over your left leg. Step that right foot forward, flat back. Inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale the arms around and up as if you're gathering all of the intelligence of the world. Exhale, hum. Feel it distribute into you. Now go beyond that. Inhale all of the intelligence of infinity. Sa, that's what sa represents. Exhale, fold forward over your thighs. Hum, distribution of this intelligence. Inhale, lengthen, feel that line from crown to base. Exhale, bend your knees, press your palms, and step or float back, making your way to down dog. Your choice of the transition. No rush. Finding that spaciousness. Take a deep breath to inhale. Shake your head side to side. Maybe even trill your lip. And let's take that right leg straight up and back. Roll your right hip on top of the left. Flex your foot. Bend your right heel over to that left side. Keep opening up that right knee. Step your right foot forward. Spin your back heel down, right forearm to the top of that right thigh. Left arm long by your ear. Extended side angle. Pause here for a moment. This is enough, right? There's a lot going on here. Keep pressing down to the outer part of the left baby toes. Spiral that heart open and anchor this right butt cheek underneath you. So there's always that little lift of spaciousness, strength, and ease happening. You might take that that left arm up, internally rotate it, and take a half bind. Today, you might lift that right arm long by your ear. So stay with it. You're taking the half bind or taking that right arm long by the ear. The right arm is the one that's underneath you. Feel that connection. Doesn't always have to be the same thing day in, day out. One more breath. Feel that core from the central line of your body. And then take your time. Right hand to the block outside of that right big toe. Heel toe your left foot in about 6 inches and slowly lengthen your front leg. Unfold that left arm, rolling your left shoulder on top of the right. Head and neck at ease, Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then pause here for a moment. Where can you let go of what's working, but at the same time, centralize it into your core, into your inner thighs, and take the stress out of what you're trying to do with your mind. When you're thinking, you're not being, right? And that is the beauty of yoga. Yoga allows for us, this is what the practice is. It's a practice of letting go of what you're used to doing. It's a shredding and a peeling of your belief systems, not just yours, but everyone's. Self included, myself included. One more breath here. Take that left hand to your hip, glance down at your right big toe. Block in front of the right big toe about 6 inches. Step your left foot in. And then take your time, eyes steady on a point. So your chest isn't facing down. Your chest is facing the side, and it's almost as if you're leaning against a back wall. If you have a back wall behind you, it's a really great way to practice half moon pose. You can stay here with that right hand on the block. You can take that left arm up. Come back to that central line of energy, sa and hum. Right? Feel your body strong underneath you. Maybe today you try for the half bind. Maybe you take the full bind. Let yourself play. If you fall, you fall. And then with resistance, bend that right leg. Find warrior two. Pause. Might readjust into a wider variation of warrior two. Feel your legs strong. And take your left arm on top, your right arm underneath you. Make sure that your shoulders and hips are facing flat, so facing side. Might hold on to the shoulder blades here. Lifting your elbows up, shoulders down. Might slide the backs of the hands towards one another, working the shoulders down. Might even take palm to palm. Again, never if you have to struggle, only going to where you can maintain sa and hum. Relax your jaw, relax your facial muscles. Feel the steadiness. Notice what's arising inside of you. The poses themselves have no meaning. But what comes up and unlocks for us is the beauty of the practice. Uncross the arms, come back to warrior two. Flip that right palm, inhale, peaceful warrior. Big stretch here. You can do this with a straighter bent leg. Reverse cartwheel your hands. Come to the ball of that left foot. Step back to plank pose. Pause. Roll to the outer edge of your right toes. Option, either bring that right leg down for Vashisthasana, side plank. Modified version, you can cross your left leg over the top of the right on the ground, or you can stack both legs. Right? No right or wrong. Whichever variation you are choosing, see if you can maintain it. And then float that left hand down to the earth, coming through plank. Your choice of the variation. Either skipping with a vinyasa, coming back to downward facing dog, or moving through plank, chaturanga, bhujangasana, or cobra, meeting in downward facing dog. No rush, nowhere to get, no one to look like, no right or wrong. The peeling and the undoing is for you to get more intimate with who you are. It's just removing another layer of belief systems. And taking a deep breath, inhale, exhale, shake your head, control the lips. Every good yoga class needs a lip trill. You can even stick your tongue out. Hey, giving yourself that freedom. If you need to take a child's pose, do it. If you need to rest, do it. The honoring of yourself is the practice. Without rushing, take your left leg straight up and back. Three-legged dog. As if you're pushing into a wall. Then roll your left hip on top of the right. Bend your left heel over to the right side. Keep drawing that left armpit down. Armpit square to the earth. Then re-lengthen that left leg. Step that left leg forward. Spin your back heel down. Left hand, left forearm to the top of the left thigh. Right arm long by the ear. Pause here. Keep rolling your top shoulder back, right? So the bottom ribs keep spinning and opening up. Always finding space. Notice if you're collapsing and feel as if your inner thighs can pull into that central line of energy. This top thigh is rolling out, top forearm pushing down. Maybe you take that right arm, let your palm face back as you internally rotate your shoulder, and take a half bind if you did that on one side. Float your left arm long by your ear. Feel that line of energy. Feel that fire. And notice what comes up. Maybe even close your eyes. Relax your jaw. There's no right or wrong here. Right? It's just a peeling and an undoing of what is inside. One more breath. Soft. And hum. Float your left hand now to a block on the outside of your left baby toes. Heel toe this right foot in about 6 inches. And then slowly start to lengthen your front leg. Triangle pose. Triangle forward bend. Take your right arm up to the ceiling. Keep rolling your top shoulder on top of your left. Maybe even close your eyes. Triangle pose is also a great pose to do against a wall. So if you happen to have a wall, you can always lean against it if you'd like. And then feeling that spaciousness without efforting, without wanting to hop out of the pose, without wanting to jump from one thing to the next, right? When we are in that space of the mind, moving and hopping, then we are constantly fragmented. We are constantly in a state of anxiety. This is what the US system is based on. This is what the Western world, this is what now, oh, there's a pill for this. Oh, if you drink this. Oh, if you do this. Oh, it all comes back to breath, right? Letting yourself breathe to where you can maintain. One more breath here. Bring your right hand now to the top of your right hip. Bend your left knee. Place that block in front of your left big toe and take your time. Step your right foot in. Again, as if you have a wall behind you. Your back is against the wall. Your front, your chest is opening up. Half moon. Maybe your left hand stays on that block. Keep pushing into the left big toe mound. Maybe take that right arm up. Eyes steady on one point. How do we train our mind to stop skipping around? By focusing and doing the discipline, right? It happens with practice. Maybe you bend your knee and reach back for that top leg. But it's never found in a pill. It's never found in anything that's external. Our entire system, physical body system, is an entire pharmacy that can heal itself. Maybe you take the full bite, maybe you fall over. Right? Yourself, explore. And then with resistance, let go of that back leg, float to warrior two. Find land. Square your shoulders over your hips, feel that central line of energy. And then draw your right elbow in, underneath, hold onto your shoulders. Right elbow under left, find your shoulders, lift your elbows up, draw your shoulders down. Maybe you close your eyes here. Keep feeling that central line of energy, sa and hum. Almost as if your feet could split your mat. You might even be shaking right now, right? Come back to the breath. Nothing lasts forever. Maybe you move your backs of your hands towards one another. Maybe you go palm to palm. Relax the jaw. You might even shake the head out. One more breath. And then open up the arms, warrior two. We're in Navaratri, which is 9 nights of the goddess Durga. Durga slices through, this is one of the poses, she slices through the jungle. So as you slice through warrior two, which is where this comes from, feel yourself slicing through whatever resistance you're having, and then reach the left arm up and back. Peaceful warrior. You can do this with a straighter bent leg. Reverse cartwheel your hands, come to the ball of your back foot, pause. Step back to plank. Hold your plank and then roll to the outer edge of the left toes. And then pause for a second. Now, Justine, I noticed that you took tree pose on the opposite side. Now, I have one rule that I used to have in my classes all the time, especially when people were consistent with me. If you're going to do something that I didn't call, you're going to maintain it. So if you want to take tree pose on this side, take any variation that you chose, right? So if you're taking tree pose, let me give you a little practice here, because I didn't call this, but since you all practice with me, no, go ahead and take it. Whichever variation you're in, Jen, I have no idea which variation you're in. If you're in tree, keep your tree and then take chaturanga in tree, up dog in tree, down dog in tree, right? If you're not in tree or whichever variation you're in, float that right hand down to the earth, take your variation of the vinyasa. Yeah. And then we all eventually meet in downward facing. Just pausing for a moment, bring your knees down to the earth, find your variation of child's pose today. And then let go. You might even vocalize, or let the jaw go. We've become very good human beings at trying to push ourselves. And we've almost equated, well, if I push, that means I'm great. That means I'm aspiring. But more of the same action takes us further away from the being. Right? So when we're being with intention, when we're consciously bringing our awareness into what we're doing, then we're elevating, right? So finding those places, and again, it's all life is a balance. It's a dance. Finding those places where we can balance with ease versus always trying to aspire, because that's how we burn out. That's how the fire gets dimmed. This might feel really good for you right now if you're feeling like a lot has unlocked and you're just needing to chill in child's pose for a little bit. Honor that, right? That is your practice. That's your Ishtadevata Samprayoga. Otherwise, we're going to come to a back bend today. So taking your time, you'll start to roll up from your child's pose. We're taking Ustrasana, camel pose. And I like to teach camel against the wall. If you happen to have a wall, you can always bring yourself close to your wall. Otherwise, bring your blocks. You'll come up onto your knees. You can place a blanket underneath your knees if you need to. Place your blocks right by your heels to the outside. And a lot of times we draw up the head. Keep your eyes focused in front of you. Slide the heels of your palms towards your lower back and feel yourself being pushed forward. So the hips are stacked over your knees. And as that happens, you'll draw your elbows in. It's not about reaching for your heels. It's about maintaining this lift. So notice that my voice hasn't changed. My drishti hasn't changed. I'm just lifting my heart as if there's an invisible line. And then maintain the breath. Right? So many times we think it's a destination. I gotta grab for my feet. I gotta reach for the blocks. What you gotta do, quote unquote, if you gotta do anything, is breathe fully. Where can you maintain this pose without wanting to jump out of it? Now, if this feels good for you and you're feeling that subtle lift of your pelvic floor, you're not dumping into your back, maybe reach back for your blocks. Again, it's as if there's a bar underneath your shoulder blades and your heart is lifting up. Back bends have the same properties as inversions. So we always want to move mindfully and with awareness, with intention. One more full breath here. And then take your time, draw your head back on top of your hips. Feel that subtle lift of your pelvic floor. Sit back onto your heels. You might even place a block in between your heels. You can place this block to the highest level if you'd like. Just coming into hero's pose. Just pausing for a moment. We'll take this variation again. However, if this is feeling really good for you and you've had enough, just skip it and let that central line of energy, let the energetic proponents of your practice do the work. If you're ready to take a second camel pose, you can come up onto your knees. One more time. Press your palms to your lower back. Again, so it's not about the belly hanging out. There's a lift of the pelvic floor and an arc. There's this line that connects. Keep rolling your shoulder blades towards one another, squeezing as if there's a thin pencil. And then lift the heart. The head goes naturally, so the head doesn't dump back. There's no breaking at the cervical spine. Maybe you slide your hands for your blocks. Maybe you reach your heels, but notice that my voice hasn't changed. I'm not breaking the line of energy from my throat. You'll stay for about 3 to 5 breaths easily. If it's not at ease, come back to a place where you can maintain. Stacking your head over your shoulders, coming back to your variation of hero's pose. You're sitting on a block at the highest level, the second highest, or if your facility allows, again, always going to where you feel comfort and there's no twerking on the knee. So that's why sitting on a block helps. We'll take the left index finger and thumb to touch like you're pinching something small on top of the left knee. Right hand to the center of the heart. Hamkara mudra, mudra of the heart. And then close your eyes. Your heart might be beating fast. Connecting back to this place, feel the downward energy move up, the upward energy move down. And opening yourself up to what's inside of you, what's already there. Float your right hand on top of your left knee. You will stay today for a few moments, just in silence, just allowing a soft meditation, nothing to think about. Your eyes roll back into their sockets. Let your jaw unclench, drop your tongue to the bottom half of your mouth. If your mind starts to wander, you can use the mantra Mang to bring it back to one point. You might even begin to see in your mind's eye a ball of light, yellow light, jyoti. If you'd like to stay here in a seated meditation, please continue to do so. If you're ready to make your way down to the earth, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, slide it behind the upper teeth. Bring your palms to your heart. Rub your fingertips lightly against one another, feeling some heat. Pull your palms a little further away from you. You'll feel an electromagnetic field of energy that you can shape as you pull your hands even further. You might start to feel a puffy cloud-like feeling. This heat, this energy that can be molded and shaped, called tejas. Take the heat from your hands and cover your eyes and your brain, just letting that healing energy nourish your mind, your eye. Draw the palms down the sides of the face, taking one hand over the throat, healing your throat, the vortex of energy, Swadhisthati nadi, for communication and expression. Draw the palms down to the thymus gland, the bump bone, the jugular notch, for healing, healthy immune system. Palms down to the heart, feeling love, empathy for no reason. Just let it uplift you and let it vibrate out to the entire planet. Then right palm over left. Take the heels of your palms, press it right at the navel center. Healing this distribution, mudra allows for us to feel healing energy on a cellular level. And your palms to the tops of your thighs, draw your chin to your chest. Half blink your eyes open, and let's make our way onto the earth. No rush at all. You're in a seated meditation. You can stay there as long as you need. Bringing the feet down to the earth, you'll float your arms long by your knees. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. No rush at all. We'll take a little release here to release the lower back. I'll give you the option to slide a block underneath your lower back for a restorative bridge pose today. Or you can bring your feet up to the ceiling for viparita karani, which is great to bring deoxygenated blood back to the heart. Just letting yourself feel supported with the earth underneath you. Let your pelvis be heavy, your sacrum supported, taking the effort out of practice. It's meant to balance you. Your feet are extended to the air for viparita karani. Start to bend your knees, bring your feet down to the earth. We'll all slide the block out and lower one vertebrae at a time, making your way down. Soft cactus with the elbows. Draw the knees in towards one another, feet wide as the mat. to release the lower back and the hips. Take a little windshield wiper, drop your knees over to the right side. If you need a little bit more intensity, and cross that right ankle over the top of the outer left thigh. Let your body receive the benefits of what you've brought into your practice. Draw both feet back down to the earth, no rush at all, knees in towards one another. And then take your knees over to the left side. If you'd like to cross that left ankle to the outside of your right thigh, you can draw that right knee, right inner thigh towards the earth, not at the expense of losing the breath or of overstraining. Uncrossing the left leg, place both feet back to the earth. Any other last poses that you'd like to do before you set yourself up for Shavasana? Today we'll take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, blocks under each knee or thigh to prevent them from splaying out. If you have an eye pillow, you can place it over your eyes. If you have a blanket, you can cover yourself. Palms face up. And then let the energy of the practice bring you to a space of ease. Let yourself find stillness. Just as we practice hygiene, brushing our teeth, taking showers, cleaning our homes, clothes, the practice of letting the body rest, practice of not moving all the time, not fidgeting, is also a practice of restoration, sattva. Om Bhurva Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. Om Shanti 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 Om. If you'd like to stay here and have the time to take a longer Shavasana, please feel free to take as long as you need. Slowly rub your thumbs over your fingertips. Use your hands to draw your knees in towards one another. Stretch your arms overhead and your legs in front of you. Stretching one side of the body longer than the other. And stretch the other side. Rush at all. In your own time, roll to the right side. Tuck your knees in. And slowly rise to a comfortable seat. Letting your head arrive last. And just sit for a moment, feeling the residue of what you've created. True freedom is found in the inside. Nothing is outside that serves. It's all inside of you. Just pressing the palms to the heart, honoring that residue, honoring the practice. Let it nourish you. Let it take you forward as you uplift yourself and uplift others. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.